I've been in the martial arts for 50 years this year. I started when I was 3, and trained in a variety of systems. Spent a lot of years training the Filipino martial arts, and when I retired from the ring as a world champion in boxing and kickboxing, I started focusing more on defensive tactics. And the reason I felt that defensive tactics was very important is because I believe that in martial arts, in the world of martial arts, you have art, you have sport, and you have street. And it's important that you know what you're working on. And so this evening, what I'd like to share with you some of my concepts of more street defense. So when you ask, we don't need boxing gloves because we're not focused on the sport tonight. Tonight we're going to work on some concepts that I have used in the street successfully. I'm still here. And also, one of the elements that I feel is important is that whatever you learn, whatever tactics you learn, that it be translatable. And so the theme tonight is commonality in training. Commonality in training refers, in my book, to tactics that you can learn that you can build on. So for example, if you if he strikes backhand and I do this, hit, okay, that same movement which I just did, which is from here, hit the temple, the same thing if I apply here, same thing. I just didn't have the stick in my hand. So the concept, now we're going to slow it down for you, but, and the same, grab the 2 blades, the same idea is if he, go 1, 2, so if I go from here and I move, or here, okay, it's the same movement. So the movements don't change. The only thing that changes is if I don't have a knife and he does the same thing. When it comes to the blade, what changes that's critical is that you learn to control the weapon hand. I'm not going to try to disarm the knife, I'm going to control the weapon hand. So the same concept from here, here, now it's going to change and I'm going to go into something else. So, but it's all built off of the same techniques, and that's what we're going to go over, maybe 2 or 3 techniques, and we're going to build on it. I'm going to share with you how to counter, how to apply a lock, and how to apply a disarm. So we're not learning different techniques, it's all based on the one technique. So that's just a quick little synopsis of what we're going to cover today, okay? Turn your pinky up. Fingertips up. So if the person, he's in a fighting stance, and I'm in a neutral position, the first thing that we're working on is just, 1, evading the punch and redirecting it, which, keep in mind, the most difficult thing to do is control someone that does not want to be controlled. So how do I if I try to reach his hand and do a grab, it's not going to happen. However, if I work off of his commitment, he throws his punch at me, then I'm in. Okay? Then I have something to work on. And so this first movement from here, I'm parrying it, but my thumb is up and I'm redirecting it. The reason I'm not just trying to grab it is if he retracts it, I'm not going to be able to get it. So slow motion from here, please punch at me. I've been hit before. From here, thumb up, and I turn, because you're going to grab. Because the full movement will be here. Break, okay, before we go into something else, before we go into figure 4. We're building on this. You punch with the other hand, same thing. And you don't even need to change leads, because you wouldn't do that in real life. It would be 1, bang, 2. So if you threw a 1, 2, okay, if you give me 1, that's okay.
2, 1.
That's okay. So slow motion with your left, thumb and turn. With your right, I just come back here, because right now we're just doing this part, and then we'll add. If this is easy for you and you already know this punch, then comes the break. Okay. This is a break either to the elbow or tricep tendon. Depends on what your objective is. If it's street and you just want to shut them down quickly, you go for a break. If it's your drunk brother-in-law, then you go for a tricep tendon because you're going to control him. Because when he throws that punch from here, then you're going to go into this. Okay?
Good fall,
Take him down. Well, I saw that he's wearing a jiu-jitsu t-shirt, so I figured he knows how to take a fall. Okay, so there's two types of attacks. There's a committed and a non-committed attack. I believe in training for a committed attack. What is the difference? This is a non-committed. I might sting you a bit. A committed attack, I'm trying to take your head off. And that's what we're training for. The more energy the person gives you, the easier it will be for you to redirect that person. So for example, Arva, what I'm seeing is some of this. He's in a fighting stance, switch leads right now. So when he throws his punch, some of you are just doing that. Okay. You have to, there has to be a point of contact for anything to happen. If there's no connection, no reference point here, we can come in and get, then nothing's happening. So when he throws his punch, this is the connection. But I've already stepped. Same foot, same hand, same direction. This hand here is just replaced. It's just replaced so that you can grab. Can I do this? I can, but I'm also sort of stuck here, unless I'm going to drop down here. So right now, I'm asking you to go here, turn, because you're going to end up grabbing. And the left hand has to stay up. So if he's in his fighting stance and he extends one arm, this is the outside of the body. This is a perfect position where you want to be, also referred to as escort position. This here is actually a better. This is where I would really like to be if I can. Not easy to get here. This is where I don't want to be. Okay, because he has out of the weapon ready to launch. So you want to, if ever possible, move to the outside. In a few minutes, we will work on moving to the inside because you may not have any choice. So last time, here. Left hand is up. It's ready to break. It's ready to hit. I go back, other side, here. And I'm going to ask all of you to please be realistic with your partner. You're not going to hit him, you're not going to tag him, but don't punch out here. Aim right at them. Measure if you need to so that you're not really going to hit him. So, okay, he backs up. But he's coming at me because I'm seeing a lot of this, okay? And you're not doing each other favors. Come here. And if you get hit, okay? And by the way, Arvon and JP, who else is here? Jesse. That's it. Selena. They'll try to, I'm going to make sure they try to work with you. They're like that, so they'll be able to help, okay? To the outside. Now we're going to move to the inside. So from here, we were here. Other side, same thing. Here. What if he punches and I'm stuck? Oh, there's that hand. So what do you do? From here, you come in.
Yeah.
You have to come in. I'm coming in with the elbow. The elbow's your friend. And then we're going to go here.
Nice.
So the movement looks like this. Hit, and then cross. If they're a lot taller than you, then it just goes here. Not a problem. Other side. If that's simple for you, put it together. Go outside, outside, inside, inside. Okay, this is one of the questions. If he throws his right punch and I come in here, what about that hand? Couple things. One, obviously you want to, I refer to as diffusing your vision. You want your peripheral vision to be able to see that, but if he comes in one, I'm coming in hard, praying hard. He tries to punch with that hand, I'm here.
Wow.
Okay, so you will be aware, as I said earlier, I don't want to be in this position, but if I have no choice, you want to train for the what ifs. He throws that punch, I'm in here because I'm from here, watch my elbow.
There you go.
I am not, once I land here, I don't pull the arm back too wide. From here, the hand just goes over, and it's back. I think that will stop him, discourage him from punching with the other hand. He punches with the other hand. I'm in. And if here I'm protecting my head, I just turn my hand. Very economical, and I go back. Just try it another minute or so. One of my principles, and when I teach a seminar or a class, doesn't matter. We're gonna move on, but if you're still working on that specific technique, you can stay wherever you need to stay, but we are gonna move on. So we're gonna go back, so I'm in my neutral, I call this a neutral position, which is just kind of hanging out, doing nothing, whatever, and switch leads. And first we worked on this. He throws his punch going here, okay? What we didn't add was this movement here and go straight back. That's just a given, it's there. Punches with the other hand, hit, back. Went to the inside, other side, hit, back. Okay. That's what I refer to as a counter. I like to refer to it as aggressive defense. He throws his punch, I'm not just, I'm in a situation where I have to engage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow up. So now, here, and take him down. When I take him down, I'm right here, okay? So I can control him.
Thank you, CJ.
Okay, here. Okay, if they end up far from you, you either pull them in or you come to them. I'm dropping the knee right on the side of his neck, throat. Come back up. We work both sides. Here. Let me back up. The figure four, what I am not doing is trying to bend his arm. What I'm doing is, it's a knee-jerk reaction. I'm accessing that radial nerve from here, dropping it. Down. So that's very important, because you get a gentleman, there's no way I'm going to bend your arm. You're just way too big and strong. So, but if I, from this position here, always soften. Soften, I mean before, during, and after. Before, bang, okay, during, okay, after, elbow, as I'm taking him down. Because again, this is street, this is not sport. And once I take him down, okay, I want to control him here. Keep in mind, we are going to the ground. I don't want to be in the ground, okay? This is not a grappling, BJJ type of training, because even though we go to the ground, we don't want to be there, especially if it's street, because the minute we're grappling on the ground and I'm trying to find my juji katami, whatever, friend's going to come and kick me in the side of the head.
Right.
So I don't want to stay down there, okay? We apply a lot. There's one other element that I neglected to mention because I'm trying to get through this. It's called breaking the vertical plane. If she throws her punch, and I come in, and I'm right here, she's really strong, be as strong as you can. See how I can't bend her? The reason this is not gonna work, and someone is petite, this young lady, is because she's stacked. So I have to change her body position. I'm using leverage, but even doing this, changing her hips. Now, you're gonna go down, easy, okay? So on someone small, they're still very strong. So I have to, if they're strong, up above, you attack the base. If the base is super strong, you attack the upper body. What does that mean? That means from here, when I touch you, okay, from here, I'm controlling the spine, okay? How do I control somebody's body? By changing it here, changing it there, pulling here. That's all it takes, but you have to break that vertical plane. It's no different than if I'm doing, if I'm doing an arm bar. He throws his punch and I'm here and I'm doing an arm bar, okay? If he's straight up, it's not gonna work. So how do I make it work? Push, pull, here, and now I have him down, okay? I changed his vertical plane. And for any lock, if the person, no matter how small they are, if they're straight up, if they're stacked, you're not gonna make it work. And you're gonna get discouraged. And you're gonna say, that was trash that they taught me, doesn't work. You have to be able to troubleshoot why something is not working when you're practicing. In this case, it happens to be body alignment. That's all it took to change it. Okay, so be aware of that when you practice this. A couple more minutes. Move on shortly. The objective wasn't for you to start trying to do the counter because you still haven't even figured out the lock. So let's learn the lock first, and then we'll try to do the counter. Okay, we have about 2 more minutes on this tactic. So one more time. Okay, he throws his punch, I'm here, hit, down. Okay. Other side, hit. Okay, so I'm gonna pause right now. I want you to notice. Now the reason I'm having him switch, not because stay as you were, not because I can't take him down, because this is a nasty fall for him now because of the way he is. Very important to take care of your training partner. So right now, if you switch your feet, that way when he falls, look how easy the fall is. Okay. The other way, when he falls, when I'm not gonna take you down, opposite, it's really twisting his body and his back. Okay. The last thing about the figure four, switch leads. When I take him down, come over here. Okay, when I take him down, I go with him. Because if I don't, throw me. So, I wanted to show how somebody in the street's not gonna do that. Somebody in the street's gonna just yank you down. And unless you know how to roll out of it, your head's gonna hit the cement. So the point here is, when I'm in this position here, you go down easy, I'm gonna take it down. I don't wanna be here. I wanna be, that's why I come down and I'm here. Because now I'm strong here. And this position here, he tries to do anything, move, kick, okay, okay? Or I could switch, and that's even worse, but he's got his glasses on. Okay, so there. Okay, so be aware as when you come down, how you're going. You blend with them. You go down with the person, at least to a knee. Okay, let's try it a couple more times. Right now, I need to address this, young man. So he says, so what if once I take him down, what if there's another friend? Should I just stomp him? Yes and no, you could. But keep in mind that once somebody's on their back, in a court of law, that's considered, what you're doing would be a felony lethal force. When a person gets thrown on their back, you as a person on your back can exhort to lethal force. If you have a pocket knife, if you're carrying a folder, if you're carrying a gun, anything you can grab onto, you would be justified. I would be justified in shooting you if you try to stop me. Because that's considered really lethal, that's permanent damage. You can break my back. So I would not suggest that you stomp anybody once you have them down. You have another person. The number one bulletproof technique that I learned from Clifford Stewart was called target denial. Don't be there. If I can remove myself, then I'm gonna get the heck out of there immediately. So once you have a person down, if you have room, you want to get away, okay? But you don't wanna overkill, because the idea is I'm gonna exert as much force as necessary to stop the attack and hopefully be able to deal with the next threat. Any questions on that? So again, once again, from here, hit, hit. Now look where my hand is. Hit, here. From this position here, I can bend and I can also compress from here. Comes back up. I want to still control him. Come on, dear. It's time for you to go. You have 1 too many. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. Other side. Right here. I never leave. From here. I have his hand here. I feed it to this one. I stay attached. I'm engaging my abs as I apply pressure here. If I want to continue, then I can come here. Okay. Let's try it. Non-responders. Okay, non-responders is someone that you apply a pressure point to and they feel nothing. Okay, so when you are working on locks, there's two issues here. One, you don't know your partners, unless you really train with each other, you don't know what the range of motion is and their threshold of pain. The pain is not such a big concern, range of motion should. So if I'm applying, this lock here, and let's say I'm just here, and he starts tapping. And I go, oh, I know he's young and tough. Let me just put a little bit more pressure till I break it, because I don't really know his range of motion. He does. That's why we tap to say, you've got it, you have it, so let up on it. Okay. Non-responders are important because you can go here and break, and they just look at you. You ever been there where you're right here, you're rapping, you've got somebody in the bar and they're just looking at you? so one of the 3 Ds. I call them, it's not original, drugged, deranged. Mine is the 4th one, delusional. So if it's one of those, they don't feel anything. The problem with non-responders is that you're still going to break their limb. It's very simple. It's a situation like this. He goes to grab me. Okay, I don't want to. I take his finger and I say, "Stop doing what you're doing," or "Give me my wallet back." And he just looks at me. I can break his finger all the way to here, and he still stares at me. Nevertheless, the finger is broken. Okay, because he's a non-responder, he doesn't feel the pain. So when training or teaching, if you're going to teach, is you want to be aware of the people that you're working with. Don't get frustrated if you go, "Oh, do you feel that?" and they don't feel anything. It doesn't mean that you're not going to break their limb. It just means they're insensitive. If I go down the Golgi tendon and there's nothing there, if I go, "Okay, I'm going to hit that radial nerve," and I'm hitting it all day, he does feel it. Okay, but if they don't, it doesn't mean that you cannot defend yourself against them. It just means that you need to be aware they're not going to feel it. Okay, so that's why I believe in techniques that are not based on pain compliance. What is not based on pain compliance? A brachial step. A go-to always is a brachial. Here, bang, brachial stand. You drop it, and it's going to stun them enough for you to be able to get away or do something. Okay, so we were here. Hit. Little circle, but keep it down. My elbows are in because this is where I'm strong. I'm compressing here, okay? In this position here. If I'm there and this is street, yeah, this is an option, okay? I can go ahead and get back up, come on, and then I end up in this lock, okay? Depending on the position of the arm, so now we're gonna go into a wider punch. He's more of a street punch. He goes here. I'm going to go and shoulder stop. That's all I'm going to do is stop it. Okay? Again. From here. Same movement. You're not changing anything. Other hand. From here. Same movement. So now you're going to practice more of a street punch. Not nice and straight, but coming wild. Shoulder stop. Okay, let's try that. Of a street wild punch, and there's obviously different tactics that you can use. The first one right now we just worked on what you've already known to do, coming here and coming over. Depending on the position of the elbow when they come over, sometimes the elbow's higher, sometimes it's lower. When the elbow is slightly lower, like you did before from here, this is my shoulder stop now. I can shoulder stop, I can still come in here, whatever I want, but now from this position, I'm going to hyperextend the arm. Here, this is could be a break hyperextension, then I'm going to roll it, okay, to V-lock. Same thing here. Do not open it up. Keep it here, and it's going to go down. Okay. So, again, from here, just simple, stop, okay, elbow if you need to. Hyperextend the arm, roll it in, stay attached. From this position, I could just take my right hand, place it over my left because I'm on this side, and take it down. Same thing with the other side. So from here, hit the arm, you're hyperextending and you're rolling it. From here, if the palm is up, a lot of damage. I'm gonna, because I like her, because she's my daughter, I'm gonna turn the hand and it will bring her down. So now in this position, I'm doing leverage. Okay, leverage versus permanent damage there. Any questions on that? So slow motion, again from here, stop. The stop has to be simultaneous. It can't be 1, 2. It's got to be boom, stop. Okay, hit, roll. Okay, take her down. Other side. So we always practice both sides. From here, hit. I'm going into the other one, not a problem. Okay. The only thing constant in life is change. Okay, so again. From here, hyperextend, roll it. When I roll it, from this position, I'm bringing it in, I'm sticking with her. I'm taking it down here. Let's try it. Let's talk about hinge points, okay? And a shoulder stop. In order to stop someone coming at you with a lot of force, if he's coming at me really strong, this is what has to happen. I have to place my hand, the hinge point. If I stop him here, or if I do this, his hand can still wrap around and grab me, or hit me. So when he punches one from here, I'm stopping it there. This is a hinge point. This is a hinge point. This is a hinge point. Hinge points, okay? Hinge points. So I'm attacking the hinge point here to stop. When I hyperextend, some of you are trying to grab the arm. I'm not grabbing anything. From here, after I hyperextend, I'm rolling it.
Right.
Okay? My hand is open here. All I do is join the other hand if I need it, which I probably would need it. Okay? So on that one more time, from here, coming in here. Some of you thinking, but he's got another hand. Well, keep in mind that I train static fluid dynamic, right? Right now it's kind of static, we're going fluid. I'm not gonna worry about that hand right now. If I got here and he went to punch that with the other hand, then I would, sorry, you okay? Yeah. Then I would just react to it. Now, we're both tied up, so I can't hit him and he can't hit me, but I'm not gonna stay there. I'm going to use my shoulders, I'm going to use my head, I'm going to use whatever to create that space I might need at that point. Okay, but make sure that you're stopping here, here, stepping in, and the hyperextension is not my arm. Okay? Everything I do, I have to have my entire body weight behind it. So if I do a hyperextension, it's body. My hips, just like if I were throwing an uppercut punch, I'm coming in here, I'm rolling it. Okay? From this position, I'm in a neutral position, he's in a fighting stance. Okay, from here, I parry, I redirect. Other side, parry, redirect. I add it on, parry, redirect, break. Okay, other side, break. Then we went to the inside. Coming in to the sternum, other side, to the sternum. Then we add it from here, figure 4, going down. Now you notice I've gone down with him. I don't want to follow him right now. Other side, hit, take him down. I'm going with him. From here to the inside, hit. We just worked on this one, but I showed you one before. Down. Other side. Here's the other one we did. Okay. From here, if I want to continue controlling him, all I'm going to do is my thumb slides on the inside of his thumb. I help him up here to the hinge point. His fingers glide along the side of his back. And once again, I have to create a base so you can get out of this real easy. Show him how you can get out. Okay? The other way you can get out, stop him. The other way you can get out, stop him. The other way. Okay, anyway, I'm going to figure 4. Okay, from here, excuse me, this thing. There you go. From here, that's it. That's okay. That's okay, that's what you get for missing class. Okay, so, and so that was the last one. So we did figure 4, we did a reverse wrist lock, and we did a V lock.